camaraderie will always be the best part of it. And you're going to see my friends on this videotape, and these are friends that I've met since moving to Stoughton, and the friends that I have from that I still keep in contact with. And one of my best friends from we were enlisted together, this Ninja Dave, guy that we were talking about, and he's, we still do business stuff together, and it's fun. And those are, I guess if you were to say where do my memories come from, it's all those memories with the friends.
It's all fast-paced, fast training, and you're training from sunup to sundown or more at sometimes. And so to kind of de-stress and have the camaraderie with your fellow people and fellow service members in basic training, we found ways to keep ourselves entertained with, didn't have cell phones or anything like that to try and entertain ourselves, no TV, so just the way that we had fun and enjoyed each other through a difficult time.
You'll never find another friendship like you find when you're in the service. And just like being in the VFW now, you get that same bond, that same, me and you were talking earlier about how you sit around these groups with people from different walks of life, and you just hear about how this person grew up this poor, this person came from rich, and now at the level of the VFW and the American Legion, it's, where you're from, different branches of service now we get to talk about when you go back.
But yeah, I think just the friendships, and a lot of the guys that I went through boot camp with, I went through a lot of other training with, and 3 or 4 of them ended up in Vietnam, where I was stationed.
So my first days, in basic training, just a little uneasy, a little nervous, a little scared, didn't really know what to expect. You get off the bus and all the drill sergeants are yelling at you, telling you to do this and do that. And no matter what, if you do it right or do it wrong, you still did it wrong, so they can sit there and make you do push-ups.
And it's a whirlwind. The first day feels like a week.
Just going from a basic lifestyle to the most strictest lifestyle you can possibly imagine. And being told what to do, when to go to chow, how to hold a cup. You held a cup like this, and you had your hand over it, and you didn't know why when you were there, but that's how you held a grenade. It was stuff like that. Like every single thing you did in boot camp was for a reason, whether you're just like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
Getting up in the middle of the night and scrubbing little squares on the floor so they would look nice for inspection the next morning. We took a toothpaste or toothbrush, and each buddy had a square, and you scrubbed it nice and shiny.
I was thinking I made a really big mistake, but things got better the longer you were in. The first few days, they make you feel like you're, did you do the right thing, didn't you, but that's their way of doing things. They knock you down and then they build you back up.
First time I truly deployed was to Prince Sultan Air Base in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So when you land, it's the desert. One thing I always remember, you get off the plane, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with camel spiders, but they're these ginormous spiders over in the desert. They can get pretty big. Mm-hmm. And they're pretty aggressive, so they'll kind of chase you down the flight line. So that you land, you're in the desert, you got alien spiders attacking you. It's pretty interesting.
Military convoys and supply line convoys would come up through Kuwait and meet us at the border, and then we had Humvees and other gun trucks, and we would attach ourselves to these 45 semi-trucks, right? So you're taking a semi-truck, and now imagine 45 of them in a row. The convoy itself's 2 miles long, and we would attach 3 gun trucks to it, and we would secure them or escort them to wherever they had to go, lead them to wherever they had to go. And then if they got shot at or roadside bombs, and protect them through.
So they gave us time to set up our tents. When the trucks arrived, we were on the road from 2 in the morning until midnight every day for 6 months, and then they kind of let us breathe a little bit.
Battleship New Jersey. And just to watch the New Jersey shoot their 16-inch guns. And the ship would just sway when the ship went off. That was really quite an experience.
So I joined the military because of my grandfather. My grandfather was a huge influence on me. He served as an engineer in the Korean War back in the 50s. And so I always looked up to him, and he's my inspiration of why I joined the service.
I decided to join the military just from growing up in the streets of Stoughton playing guns and, watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and Sylvester Stallone movies.
My grandparents were a big support for me when I came home from South Carolina. I visited them, and they're like, "Well, Nick, you're closer to 30 than you are 20. You might want to think about stuff." But they really supported me, getting me some career counseling and some connections to figure out what I want. And then also my wife. I met my wife, and we kind of motivated each other to
look back at how I was before. I mean, I was good kid, raised right, but after just being in the military and having that, just the responsibilities as such a young person, and the work, your work ethic. I've drugged back into my life how to handle situations. I mean, there is nothing you can throw at me in this world that would scare me, I guess. I'll tackle anything. I mean, I think any service member would.
I think I'm a pretty good leader, and I think the service had a lot to do with that. Of course, you grow up when you're in the service, but I had a lot of good training and good mentors in the service, and they taught me how to be a leader. And I think that has influenced me in my personal life as far as my job and my career. It's influenced me, obviously, as the commander of the post here in American Legion post here in Stoughton. So I think that's the most important thing, is that it influenced me as to how to be a leader.
So, I mean, the military trains you for life, whether you spend 4 years there or 5 years. If you don't take anything out of it, or 4 years or 20 years in it, you retire. Like, if you don't get something out of it, then I feel sorry for you, because it's a boot camp itself is a quick life lesson of, discipline, determination, self-reliance, and just being able to, conquer whatever's in front of you. And that's what life is all about. I mean, just setting a goal and achieving that goal.